for starting us off so well. Thank you. Right, now to the business of the night, to our politicians. We're going to welcome them up one by one. They're all kind of getting themselves out of that swing thing that they were in a little minute ago. Can we please welcome them one by one? First of all, from Solidarity, Jim Malone. For Labour, Doug Maughan. For the SNP, Rosanna Cunningham. For the Conservatives, Mary Scanlon. For the Lib Dems, Alex Cole-Hamilton. For the Greens, Mark Ruskell. And for the SSP, Charlie McCarthy. Right, well, just to introduce everybody a wee bit more here. First of all, we have Alan Manley, who is a psychiatric nurse at Carsview in Dundee. And you're a list candidate for here, are you on? Yep, okay. Next is Doug Maughan, who was very nearly a mystery, but he's not. He's a pilot. From 1989 to the present, he has been with British Airways. He's a long-haul captain, flying 777s. I just thought there were 747s. What do 777s do?
777s are newer and slightly smaller. They've only got 2 engines instead of 4.
Right.
But they do essentially the same job. Carry up to about 300 passengers.
So like a pretendy plane then? Not entirely. Right.
The
Okay.
argument of why there's a jumbo of 4 engines is because they couldn't fit 5 in it.
They'll
So
fly from Singapore to Australia with no problem.
right,
But they struggle to come.
sir. Let's get through everybody first and keep your killer questions for later. Right, before that, Doug was a pilot in the Royal Air Force for 10 years, and he flew in the 1984 famine to drop supplies in Ethiopia. He was also involved in the Falklands. He was brought up in Aberdeen, got a BSc in chemistry from Aberdeen University. He then got a business studies, economics and law degree from Stirling. He narrowly missed being selected as Labour's candidate for Sam Galbraith's old seat, after it says here, allegations of ballot rigging means the contest was rerun. How interesting.
Tell me about that.
Well, what happened?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, if nobody else is going to tell us, we can only hope that a questioner will ask. Anyway, would you please welcome Doug Maughan? We can also introduce Rosanna Cunningham, who I guess you all know, SNP MSP for Perth, Shadow Justice Minister, stood as a candidate after John Swinney's resignation for the party leadership, was a front runner till Big Lek entered the race. Rosanna worked as a solicitor until she was called as an advocate in 1990, and she's still a member of the Faculty of Advocates. She's been convener of the Justice Committee, held the Justice Portfolio for the SNP, and her interests include traditional music, reading and hill walking. Mary Scanlon was MSP for the Highlands and Islands region until 2006. She bravely resigned her seat to contest the Murray by-election caused by the death of Maggie Ewing, but was defeated and her list seat was taken. Shame. So Mary served as health spokesman for the Tories and was also a spokesperson for communities. She lives in Inverness. Before that, she had a career in education, and she could actually be spotted joining Rosanna because she likes hill walking too. Although I somehow suspect they picked different hills. But anyway, Alex Cole-Hamilton is number 1 on the Lib Dem list for Mid-Scotland and Fife. He's also the prospective candidate for Stirling. He is a slip of a lad. Does anyone want to guess just how young the man sitting in front of you is? Come on, let's have a guess. 16. No, come on. No, a bit closer. Come on. 29, actually. So the big 3-0 beckons, which I'm sure he's worried about. He grew up in Boar Hills outside St Andrews. He did a politics degree in Aberdeen. He worked as a sabbatical president of the Students' Union, but he has had a real job. He worked for Fairbridge in Scotland, which is a charity that specialises in re-engaging with hard-to-reach young people in Dundee, Glasgow and Edinburgh. And he did stand as well in the election when he doubled the Lib Dem vote against Gordon Brown. Right, we're getting to know more about you as time goes on, actually. Mark Ruskell is the Green candidate. He's born in East Anglia, but he moved to Edinburgh at the age of 12. He went to Stirling University and did environmental science with biology. He got an MSc in sustainable agriculture too. He stood for the Scottish Greens in numerous elections. He's worked as well for the Soil Association and was then elected MSP for the Mid-Scotland and Fife region in 2003. But lest you think he is another person who's just sort of risen from the ranks of academia to just go straight into the Parliament, he was employed by the Council for Voluntary Services in Falkirk as a development worker, developing LET schemes which encourage people to share their skills. And he was then a regeneration officer for Mid Lothian Council. And finally, Charlie McCarthy of the SSP drafted in so recently that I know very little about him other than that he is from Glasgow, he is a member of Unison, he is a nurse, and he works in accident and emergency. And any one other key thing you want to tell us about yourself? Oh, Charlie, come on, what a gift.
Active in socialist politics since I was a teenager.
Right.
Got interested in politics during the poll tax and became an organiser for the Anti-Poll Tax Federation for the northwest of Glasgow at the age of 19.
19, right, okay. So, would you please welcome your panel?